There are many different kinds of content that you can provide on your website. In particular, news or news articles are a great way of providing content that is relevant to your particular company as well as to the industry in which you're working in. PLUJO provides a news module, and within this news module you can add and edit different news articles that you want to have posted on your site. In this particular case, we have a series of articles that are listed here, and these are all entered in through the PLUJO news module. Clicking on the details of any particular article allow you then to drill farther into that article and look at all of the information that is provided. To edit your articles in PLUJO, under the Content tab, we have the News module. And in the News module, you'll see that there are a list of all of the current news or articles that you have on the site. You can, of course, change the status of any particular news article. You can make that article active or inactive, so whether it will appear on the site or not. And using the social icon, you can also post content from that article directly to Facebook or to Twitter. In the case of Facebook, PLUJO automatically populates the title and content from that article. You simply need to just provide a message for this. And then once you post to Facebook, this information will go directly onto your Facebook page. Twitter is very similar. The title from your article is automatically posted in the message, as well as a link which we generate for you. You can, of course, look at the stats for any particular article on your site and determine how many people have been viewing that article, as well as traffic going to that article. And finally, if you no longer want an article on your site, you can also delete it. To edit the content within an existing article, you can click on the edit icon for that article. And you have the option of changing the title, the full length of the article itself, as well as the summary, which you usually see in the list of articles on any particular page. You can also change some of the settings as well. The date by default is the date in which you've entered the article into the system, but you can change that at any point. And you can also determine which categories you want your particular article to reside in, and I'll show you how you can edit those categories in just a moment. Authors for the article can be chosen here. Authors themselves are created within the Author module, which we'll show you in a different video. You can, of course, change the status of the article here, as well as the URL name for this particular article. Now, the URL name is used to identify this particular article once more details of that article have been clicked. So in this case, going back to the site, if we click on More Details, we'll see the URL name is listed here in the address for that particular news or news article. You'll want to make sure that this is very search engine keyword rich, because this is what the search engines will use to determine the relevant content for this particular news item. You can also provide an image for your news items or articles. And you can delete an existing image, or you can upload a new image as well. The Optimization tab allows you to provide search engine information for this particular article or news item. You can provide a title tag, as well as keywords and a description of this particular news item. To add a new news item or article, you click on the New News button, and as you've seen already, in the editing example, you can provide a title, the article information itself, and a summary, as well as all of the other information within Settings, Image, and Optimization. As I had mentioned before, it's very helpful to add different news articles to categories. And within the Category Manager, you have the ability to edit existing categories or create new categories. To edit an existing category, you would simply click on the edit icon, and then you will provide the name for that category or edit the name for that category, as well as determine whether it is active or inactive and the priority in which that article would appear. You can see on this site here, they've broken down their articles into different categories. Choosing any one of those categories allows you to see the news items within it. In summary, the PLUJO News module allows you to add different news items or relevant articles to your site. You can, of course, put them into different categories at any time, and if they're no longer needed, you can also delete them.